immersive hotel.
Come on.
Swear to God. I am excited about this. I am a child of Cartoon Network. I grew up watching, Ed, Edd, and Eddy, I'm drawing blanks now, Flintstones, and even like the newer stuff like Adventure Time. So Cartoon Network is moving to open an immersive hotel in their Pennsylvania theme park in 2020. The attraction will include an indoor pool, game rooms, and kids' play area. And each room is themed. One of the rooms I actually saw, I didn't get to put a picture of it in here, but like the bed sheets are Jake the dog. And like the pillows are like Finn from Adventure Time.
That is pretty cool. That's gonna do well. I do think that immersive themed bookings like this for places, for vacationing and for your stay, I think this is gonna be a big transition we see in the next 5 years.
Definitely, you can only.
We talk all the time about the fact that half the time, probably 3/4 of our customers play to walk through the sets more than to play the puzzles.
Absolutely, just because the sets when you walk in, they're so immersive. Like normal escape rooms, there's 1 or 2 rooms, and you have the puzzles on the wall. It's like a movie set.
Yeah.
I think the customers, when they came out of the game yesterday, they won. They were like, "Oh, it was just like a movie."
Adam said he's in California at the moment, and he's played 26 escape rooms in 4 days.
Where do you have the time?
Well, that's what he's there for.
What? In 4 days, though?
Adam's an escape room addict. He plays nonstop everywhere.
Adam, take me on vacation with you, man. That sounds like a right good time. But yeah, you can. This has kind of been a thing that's been happening, even like a little bit before with themed hotels. Kalahari, which is a popular resort out here, is themed after Africa, so every room has kind of got like that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, but the whole hotel tells that story.
That's true.
This being, like, even the Star Wars hotel is it's all focused to one main theme. But that, like you were just saying, has the ability to go into all of their IP.
Absolutely. There's nothing that's safe from this hotel, as far as the Cartoon Network vault goes.
Yeah, there's so much potential content to go into there. Every room could have different theming. You could choose A, B, or C, or D, and, it's like, there's so many different things, and, every time they go back, they're going to want to stay in a different room.
Like, last time we stood in the Adventure Time room, this time we want to stay in the Powerpuff Girls room,
Yeah.
And that's...
No?
What, you didn't like the Powerpuff Girls?
Okay, so I know we're going to wind up talking about, interactive and themed stores later on in the show, but...
Okay.
Back when I worked at my first job outside of working for family was the Warner Brothers Studio store.
I remember that store. I know exactly what store you're talking about.
That was the start of my incredibly fast rise through the ranks of anywhere I worked. And you heard it. That's right. And when I worked at that store, keep in mind, this was my first documented job. I worked in landscaping since I was 6 years old for family, but that was off the books, and it was for family. This was literally my first official documented job, and I was hired as a manager.
With no manager experience?
None.
That's fantastic.
It set the pace. I had my own desk. I had my own stash of candy that was handed down to me from the previous manager. Basically, I used to go into that store all the time, into the gallery department, and would always look through all the artwork, and bought a lot of the artwork. And the gallery manager was being transferred to another location that was opening up, and he thought I would be the perfect successor to the role, and he got me the job. So I had gotten hired, and really cool times while I was there. That is still one of my favorite jobs I've ever had.
As a little kid, I loved going into that store. I don't know if it's the same one. We would go to the Warner Brothers store in the Rockaway Mall in New York. Okay, so then it had like that weird like tube thing that little kids could crawl
Marvin
through.
the Martian's spaceship.
That's the one. Yeah, my mom would go look around the rest of the mall and drop me off at Marvin the Martian's spaceship.
But the reason I bring it up is there was a year that Powerpuff Girls had made its debut.
Yes.
And it was that and Harry Potter when it was first transitioning books to first movies.
Yep, Sorcerer's Stone.
Was like, oh my god, I can't take it anymore. I was there for Batman. All these other people are there for Harry Potter and Powerpuff Girls, and I'm like, I can't handle this.
You were a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And the indoor water park, I feel like that's almost a necessity now with lots of resorts. You're hard pressed to find a big resort that doesn't have an. I think just about every resort, save for maybe 2 here in Pennsylvania, has an indoor water park.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier when my family and I go to Disney World for vacation in February. There's an indoor water park at the hotel at the resort we're staying at, one of the Disney resorts. So yeah,
step your game up if you don't have an indoor water park. But the Cartoon Network,
we don't have an indoor water park.
We're not a resort, at least not yet anyway. I'm causing an earthquake. So
I have failed.
Cartoon Network immersive. I almost said theater. Immersive hotel coming to Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
And we hope you'll join us next time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe.